Good morning, sir.
How are you, man?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Good. How are things in Massachusetts?
Well, your volume's a little low. Can you turn yourself up at all or no?
Oh yeah,
Oh, sure.
that better?
Say it again.
I don't know. Is that better?
No. And just to my, I'm not sure what's being recorded, just my hearing you. That's all right. We'll make it work.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. It's just a little low. It'll make me work harder, but I'm good with it. Independence Day. We'll do what we gotta do, you know?
You don't have any Q-tips to clean out your ears?
Hmm?
Oh, see. You don't have Q-tips to clean out your wax?
Oh, I did that right because I took a shower and I shaved and I put on a shirt for the podcast today.
A little coffee
Drinking
here?
from the, I'm drinking from the wrong cup. One of my favorite mugs. I like that T-shirt.
Oh yeah. So one of my friends was a really good blues guitar player. I sent him this photo. He says, "Hey, you got my shirt. Well, you should do what I did. Buy one."
That's funny.
Oh, that's too hot.
I want to see if I can go to my settings and turn you up. Maybe it's on my side, the audio. Well, what's going on for the July 4th weekend? It's only July 2nd, but hey, you know what today is?
What is
I'm
it?
going to try to talk and increase my volume on my side at the same time. Audio. Today, August 2nd, would have been, maybe it still is, my parents' wedding anniversary.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they were married in 1960. And July 2nd. Well, there you go.
That's pretty
60,
wild.
that would be 63 years. That's crazy, right?
So for me, it's all louder than ever. You still can't hear me?
I can hear you. It's just really low. I'm trying to look at it's not within there. I was just actually trying to find audio on my. Hmm. It's raining here in New England, and I was hoping I got two outdoor concerts to go to today.
Hmm.
Is that crazy? We're going to see maybe. We're on alert. Now I got my master volume all the way up. 98. I'll go to 100. Why not?
No
There
good, huh?
you go.
I don't know what's going on
So
then.
our faithful listener, the podcast, my good buddy Ron, he might be, I'm not sure if he's a watcher or a listener, but either way, he's faithful. And his son plays in a band, Too Fat to Fly, and they're playing an outdoor gig today at their place. So we're hoping to stop there out in Central Mass on the way to Tanglewood. Lynn and I are going to see Robert Plant and Alison Krauss tonight.
Oh wow.
At Tanglewood, we have lawn seats, which means outside, not under the cover of the amphitheater, and it's raining. But we'll see what happens.
So I don't know if I told you this before, but I had to call my attorney this week.
Your attorney, what happened?
Yeah, I'm suing somebody.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because there's a new CD out there from Extreme
Oh, yeah, I've heard of these guys.
Six, and they used a picture of me on the cover without
Don't tell me
permission.
you didn't get your residuals.
No.
Apparently, that let's just call it a gorilla has a name. Did you know the name?
No.
Um, Let me think about this. It's Ganu Pakanuga, which is the first two letters of Pat, Kevin, Nuno, and Gary. That's true. I read it on some. I read it somewhere. I don't know. I'm probably spending a little bit too much time in the extreme thing, but I'm loving that album. And the more I listen to it, the better it gets. It's just all over the place. It's beautiful.
It is good, yeah. Wow. So today, a couple hours after I'm done with the podcast and editing it, and
Yeah, when you get past your number one priorities of the weekend, which is
yeah, but
this.
podcast is like 40 minutes, but then it takes me 2 hours to get everything done, put it on
Mm,
YouTube and stuff.
yeah,
Not
I think
complaining though.
no, I'm getting that. I think that you're probably undercompensated for that.
Wow.
Although that's probably not true because you're getting a lot of material out of that.
I'm going down to Brandon to pick up my Baxter. Baxter's going to be a guest of ours.
Hmm.
So, you know who Baxter is?
No.
My brother-in-law's dog.
Well, won't that be fun?
Yeah, we take him once in a while, and he's just a cool dog.
How long?
Uh,
Not the dog. How long are you going to have him?
Probably, I think maybe a whole week. I'm not sure.
Cracking myself up over here. Don't worry about me.
So you know, I have to take him for a dog and for a walk and stuff. Just a really cool dog. And if he's still here next weekend, maybe we'll put him in the podcast. Ah!
Would that be considered a guest? Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not.
But I got to take him for a walk and stuff. And in my neighborhood, there's one fire hydrant, one, and he goes right for it and claims it right away.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And then when I take him for a walk, he just goes for the like small walks. But one day, I went for a walk and he went to the sidewalk on the road next to my house there.
Yeah.
And he's like going faster and faster. I'm like trying to keep up with him. And this car's coming through, and he didn't care. But if it was a car coming by, you know, boom, boom, doing about 50 miles an hour, he was okay. But if there was a truck coming, he would like go the other way towards the fence. Crazy, huh?
How far is the drive to go pick up the dog?
45 minutes.
Okay.
But you know, usually when I go there, I told you about Virgil. He's the best cook I know.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what kind of dog it is? What's the breed?
It's a little dog. It's nice.
Little? Little.
He's like this big as some, just really friendly and stuff. But if he doesn't know somebody, like he just barks like crazy, like he's like a vicious dog, but he's not.
Huh.
I think that he doesn't like cats, and if somebody owns a cat and he can smell it or something, I don't know what it is, but crazy. He's just a real nice dog. I like him.
I got a link you got to look at. My buddy Joe called me from California and he said, "What are you doing these dates like in 2 weeks?" And I checked that. Nothing. What's going on? As you know, Joe, in my estimation, is the biggest Beatles fan in the world,
Yeah.
and also has one of the largest collections of just stuff, memorabilia. I guess the collector's calls, so they don't have to say stuff. But he told me about this guy. This is Jim Irsay, Irsay. He is the owner of the Indianapolis Colts football team.
Yeah.
But he's one of the largest collectors of Beatles memorabilia. I mean, drum sets, guitars, it just goes on and on and on.
Wow.
And once in a while, he'll put them on display and allow the public to come check it all out. So he's doing it at, well, it's called the TD Bank, but now at the Boston Garden
Yeah.
in the middle of July. And the tickets are free. Joe's like, I don't know how this works. I just got online and I got 2 tickets. So he's coming. And I'm like, great. And as he talked about it, I'm like, wow, there's only 2 tickets. Lynn would probably love this. And it turns out he's a collector of lots of other things. And then there's a band playing that night that's not a Beatles band, but Peter Wolf from the Jay Giles band is playing, and Kenny Aronoff is on drums, and a lot of big players, you know. And I'm like, this is going to be fun. So Joe sends me the link to tell me about it. And I open the link and I go to get 2 tickets, and I got 2 tickets. It's all free. You just got to reserve the tickets. So it's just crazy. This is going to be in the floor of the Boston Garden. Imagine all this stuff. I mean,
Oh.
if you go search that Jim Irsay collection, JIC, the Jim Irsay, IRSAY collection, and they got videos of stuff. It's just, I've never heard of this. And it was just cool. So I'm looking forward to that. It'll be 2 weeks from today, as a matter of fact, we're doing that.
So yesterday I was
No, 2 weeks from yesterday.
Wow. So yesterday I was talking about you and Joe with a good friend of mine. I told him a story about how Joe was in your car and you had on speakerphone, and then because he's a guitar player and I'm a guitar player, he says, "So what's your rig?" You know, the rig for people that are musicians, like kind of amplifiers you have and the guitars and all that stuff. And then I says, "Well, mine is too crazy to explain over the phone. I'm gonna have to send you a photo." Remember that?
I do. I think you really have to be a guitar player to appreciate that joke, because I looked at it. I'm like, oh, I'm not sure I understand this, but guitar players think it's hysterical. So
So I have a bunch of things that I stack on top of stuff that just,
all the way up.
it's ridiculous, but everything to a little iPod, I guess, whatever. I don't know what at the top and stuff. It was just crazy. It was like,
Oh, that's
I think
funny.
he liked it. Did he like
That's
it?
fun. What a riot.
Did he like it? I don't know.
Of course.
Did
Has
he?
he not seen it? Yeah, I'm sure he has.
Oh, yeah, I sent you the photo when you were with in the car with you.
That's right. That's when I forget who called who, but that's when I had you tell the Nuno Paul McCartney story with his brother, Robert, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Don't tell it because I know you can't tell. I love this, but you can't tell that story, excuse me, without crying. And Joe was just, of course, blown away by that. Probably not as blown away as Robert would have been during that call, but pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah. Just goes to
Wow.
show humanity is
I
awesome.
watched, I'm not sure if we talked about it here, but I watched the Nuno interview with Rick Beato.
Oh, yeah.
It was like 2 hours and 17 minutes.
Yeah, that was
And it
good.
was late one night. Now, maybe we did talk about this, but let's just start this. And 2 hours and 20 minutes later, I'm like, oh my God, it went so fast. And Nuno can just have conversations forever and just talk off the top of his head. And it's captivating. It's interesting. I found that interview fascinating.
Yeah. So
It's
I've been
fun.
watching Rick Beato for years
Yeah.
because he does all these things. He's a really good musician and producer.
Oh, amazing.
And then I think I told you about his son. His son has a perfect pitch.
Oh, the young kid.
Yeah.
Some of those videos it's scary how it's
Yeah.
like what that is. He can sing these notes or he can hear the notes and list them.
So he does these things with what makes this song so great. And he
Yep.
plays the song and stuff. And of course, he's done a few Led Zeppelin ones, and I just think I think one song is just amazing. Why it was so great. And he's talking about the bass, how the bass comes in.
Mm.
But he does this with all the stuff. So I used to think, I ought to send him an email or something, see if he knows who Nuno Betancourt is. He's never had him on the show or never talked about him. And
That was really cool. That was a lot of fun.
they had a fun, good time. Nuno was playing some guitar for him and stuff. It was amazing.
So the country duo I hooked up with, I guess that makes it a country trio.
Yeah.
Well, for one night only. I was standing right here at this kitchen island getting this phone call from AJ, and he told me it was up. We needed a drummer for one night. And so we spent a lot of time getting all those songs down for that show. And then we did a second show because we warmed up for this pretty decent Nashville act who was on tour. Told you about that. That went great, but that was different because we went from doing a night of mostly country covers to 400 people. It was crazy. When we did the warm up, it was 45 minutes. So Nate Ramos, we're calling ourselves the Nate Ramos Band because that's who the main guy is. And we did a 10-song set of mostly his originals as the warm up. And man, it was unbelievable. And so now this little country trio of one night only, we have gigs booked through Christmas this year. So we're having some fun. But he's all over Spotify and all that stuff. Nate Ramos Band. Check him out. Most of his stuff you're going to find from him is going to be him in acoustic, but we're putting a band behind all of his music and kind of rocking it up a little bit. It's been a lot of fun.
That's cool. Yeah.
And so, yeah. So,
This thing on the shirt. What's that called? It's like
yeah, there's a line for that. What is that called? The heart line.
yeah. So my doctor says, yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. I got to do another scan on you. So then that's what the thing did. Guitar pops up.
Well, I think it goes the other direction. I think it goes from left to right.
Is that what it is? I don't know.
Oh, that's funny. Hey, so I'm a big baseball fan. History was made this week. Wednesday, was it Tuesday or Wednesday night? A perfect game was thrown by a Yankees pitcher, Domingo Herman. Perfect game is this. It's pretty simple. There are 9 innings in a game. This is 27 batters up, 27 batters down. No walks, no hits, nothing. Sounds like it's not that obscure. Like if I were to tell you that there are, let's say, 162 games per season per team, and there are, I'm going to quick little math with the help of my calculator. So let's say 30 teams times 162 games. 30 teams times 162 games. So there's almost 5,000 games a season. This perfect game this week, which was 27 batters up, 27 batters down, was the first one thrown in 11 years since 2012.
Wow.
In fact, so baseball's been around for 140 years. There have been 24 perfect games ever thrown. So one of them was this past week, and it's like it's incredible, is what it is.
So who's the pitcher?
So the guy's name, I didn't even know the name. His name is Domingo Herman, but it's spelled like German with a little, so German. 30-year-old pitcher for the Yankees.
So what's the matter with him? He can't throw the ball to a place where the guys can hit it?
Not cricket.
So,
But it's interesting because who throws these things? It's not always the best ever. But this guy was not having a good year. And he just, I was looking at a list this morning. This is interesting. The very first perfect game was thrown in 1880, which is, when I did the math, 143 years ago. This is crazy. But it was thrown by a guy who pitched for the Worcester Ruby Legs, Worcester, Mass. Worcester had a Major League Baseball team.
wow.
And and the first perfect game was thrown by this guy in 1880, and there's been 24 since. And I was going through the list. Most of these guys I had never heard of, but there were a couple in there. Don Larson for the Yankees threw a perfect game in the World Series in 1956. The Yankees have the most perfect games in their history, 4. This guy broke the record for them because they were tied with the Chicago White Sox. But one of the names jumped up for me, David Wells, who was kind of an out of shape guy with a big belly, and he was always kind of belligerent with the media and stuff. He was kind of known as a party guy. He threw a perfect game in May of '99, I want to say. And the story, I just checked it because I said, I bet that's a Sunday because I heard a story. So sure enough, that day was a Sunday. He had been out at Saturday Night Live the night before in the audience. And I guess he was connected or friendly with Jimmy Fallon. And they went out and partied all night after the show doesn't end until 1 in the morning. Then they were out and they were at some bar, and it's 5 o'clock in the morning or 5:30 in the morning. And David Wells says, "Man, I got to pitch tomorrow night, because this is Sunday morning, Sunday night." And Jimmy Fallon says, or somehow they realize it's not even that night, it's an afternoon game. He's like, "It's 5 in the morning. I got to pitch at 1 o'clock." And he said he showed up hungover and he pitched a perfect game that day. It was an afternoon game in May of '99. It's crazy.
So most pitchers want people like me to play baseball because I never hit a ball at all. So if they had more people like me, they'd have perfect games all the time.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
But that was a little history in the making there for the Major League Baseball. I love that. I forgot about that Worcester piece that started this whole thing off. 1880.
So last one we did, your daughter was coming over to visit your house, and she hadn't seen the new kitchen yet. What did she think?
Say that again.
Last episode we did, you were talking about your daughter was coming down from New Hampshire.
Oh, that's right. That was Father's Day.
And she hadn't seen the kitchen remodel yet.
Yeah, it was fun.
She like it?
It was fun. So she knew it was going on, but to walk in, she's like, "Oh my gosh!" And she really had a good time. It was it was very casual. Lynn's son Derek came over, and we grilled, and it was just a nice, relaxing, kind of fun time connecting. And it was nice she came down for Father's Day. I was very appreciative.
So your children are twins?
Say that again.
Are your children twins?
You know what I got to do? Hang on 1 second. Make good use of your time.
Oh, good. He's not here now. Now I can say whatever I want to say. Ha, 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 ha. There we go. Oh, shoot. He's coming back, so I can't. I got to stop.
Fan behind me in the living room, and it was just enough noise in the background that was distracting me. I missed your last question. Sorry.
I was asking, are they twins?
Yeah.
They are. That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah. So Jen's in New Hampshire, so she's about an hour and 40 minutes from here. Zach is out in Colorado right now,
Yeah.
following the golf season. So now it's summertime out there. So he's in the golf business in Colorado. As you know, when that wraps up in November, he'll head back down to Florida.
So when you watch this episode, when you went out to the other room to see what's going on with the fan, I was saying something that you didn't hear.
Well, this is an interesting place right now because all of our watchers or listeners know what was going on, and I don't.
Right. I just something I had to get out of my chest, if you know what I mean. So
I had to get this. I had to get this off my chest. I figured wait for you to leave the room to do it.
so I had Friday. I had a get together with my old buddy Michael Posey
Hmm.
from the first podcast that I did, and he
Oh,
said, "Oh,
Mike,
Mike, well, he doesn't like Mike. He likes Michael." But
he does.
the name of the the name of the podcast was Tony and Mike on the mic.
I remember.
He says, "Yeah, but my name is Michael." I says, "Yeah, but it doesn't rhyme right."
In fact, when you called me, that was the only thing I said. I said I can't be a part of Tony and Mike on the mic because I'm not a Mike. I'm a Michael. And you said, "Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Forget about it. You know,
Forget about that. I got you covered.
hey,
I
forget
got you
about
covered."
it. Forget about it.
Hey, so your family over there is all up to date with your passports, apparently. And do you have a trip planned? Don't you have a niece or someone getting married in Portugal?
Terry's not yeah, Terry's cousin or something. I don't know. I want to go. It's expensive to go over there. You know, you
Yeah.
fly all the way over there. You can't just go to Portugal driving in a Volkswagen Bug. You have to get on a plane and get a hotel room and all that stuff. It's come back and I don't know. We'll see.
So most people fly to Portugal from Florida. They don't drive. Got it.
Yeah, a few tried, but they don't get it. They don't go far.
That's funny. I'm actually making a joke about that, but Lynn and I are going up to Nova Scotia on vacation in like a month. It's coming up quick, and I was online doing all the stuff. So that's like an 11-hour drive to get from here, like Mass, Boston, to there. You go all the way up and around and down, but you can drive to Bar Harbor, Maine, 5 hours away. Drive onto this big ferry, holds a couple hundred cars, called the CAT, which is short for the catamaran. And 3.5 hour ferry ride takes you right around to Yarmouth, Nova Scotia. That's what we're going to do. We're going to leave on a Sunday morning, go to Bar Harbor, and 3 o'clock ferry, Nova Scotia by 6:30. And I got the whole thing planned. I got the Airbnbs lined up and where we're going to go, what we're going to do, and fun. And so we're excited.
Nice, huh?
It's interesting when you start to plan. Like for a long time, I've just been telling friends, yeah, we're going to Nova Scotia, but I hadn't had one plan put in place. As I said last time, my friend Fred was like, you got to get moving. So I did. And I found that as you start to plan and strategize, and or it's just, it gets that much more excited about this trip. So it's going to be fun.
Wow.
Looking forward to it. I've never been, Lynn, as a Canadian, Lynn's never been. Yesterday, Canada Day. So Lynn and I started the day with a verse of the Canadian national anthem.
And I think lately they haven't had much rain because they have a drink now called Canada Dry or something like that.
If they could get some rain, it might put out some of those fires because we still have haze again this weekend from the Quebec fires.
You still have some of it? Wow.
Started again.
I think I told you when I was in Virginia,
Oh, that's right.
there was you could see some smoke up there. I mean, it wasn't like you couldn't breathe or nothing, but it was. And then I said, "What's going on?" They says, "Well, there's a forest fire in Canada." I says, "What's that got to do with Virginia?" I says, "Oh, it's."
Right.
And then I was watching the news the thing in New York. People couldn't even go outside or something. It was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
It's definitely west of here. We got it, but New York, which is south of us, is even more, but they're further west. A lot of people are complaining about it too. And, but somebody said, couldn't Canada light their cannabis fields on fire so that we could be a little bit more chill about the fact that we're,
Yeah, yeah.
getting all this smoke?
Well,
Wouldn't bother us as much.
Trudeau doesn't know anything about that stuff.
Huh?
Trudeau doesn't know anything about that.
Oh boy. What do you got going on for July 4th? I know it's only the second, but long weekend.
I
Must
don't
have a
know.
barbecue in the neighborhood or something.
I don't know. We haven't decided what to do. We'll probably go somewhere. I don't know.
Well, you're going to get a dog. Is that today?
I'll get the dog today. Yeah.
Big commitment.
Oh, Virgil had two dogs. He had Baxter and he had Charlie.
Baxter and Charlie.
And Charlie passed away last year. And Charlie was like an awesome dog. And Terry has a friend who's an artist, and she does like if you give her a photo of a pet or something,
Amazing. Yep.
she's amazing with us. So Terry's asked her, brother, "Hey, do you have a picture of Charlie? I want to have a picture of Charlie." She goes, "Yeah, yeah." So she gives the picture to a friend, and then she did a nice portrait thing, you know. So they had no idea what was going on. So we went over to the house, and Terry gave him that she did, whatever you call it, and they both had tears in their eyes. They're like, "Wow, it's so cool." How
Mhm.
that,
My sister-in-law Tracy over in Florida, over in Orlando area, uh, also an author, has several 5 or 6 books on Amazon, which are really good. Suspense, horror, cool summer reads. But she's, I guess you just call her a physical artist as well. She'll do from a photograph. She could do a pencil sketch. It's unbelievable. And she did one for some friends of mine who had a lake home up in Maine. And when they sold it, they wanted to kind of a memory. And so I think it was a gift. Pam left it up for Bert. Bert and Pam are my friends who had this house. And so they sent Tracy a picture, but she did a whole watercolor to it. It was stunning. And they had this framed as a remembrance of this house they had because they had so many fun memories up in this place in Maine. I've got fun memories of this place in Maine. My goodness.
so my friend,
Coffee's done. We must almost be finished here.
so my friend Mike on the mic,
Mike,
he's writing a book, and he's already got a couple offers to you know,
4 chapters only.
no, he has a book, but somebody already offered to send, write him a pretty good sizable check for the book. He said
Hmm.
no, he wants to do it, and I think he's a good writer, I think. But anyway,
Fiction or nonfiction? Or do we even know yet?
yeah, we know
We know.
it's an assassin sent by God or something, something like that. It's
Oh my goodness.
kind of an interesting title. And so remember this, because those two guys that did the movie, what's their name? Siskin Seaver.
Oh, the movie critics,
Yeah.
Siskel and Ebert.
So he wants to do a podcast with me, like 5 minute segment, just like a 5 minute thing where we do some critique of
Oh, to like review
yeah,
movies or books?
movies, because he says that with my BS bullshit and the sense of humor that we could probably have a good time with it, and but I'm not sure if
That
I'm.
could be fun. That
Yeah,
could
but
be
one of those
fun.
things where we'd have to put some get the video, put it on a screen so we could be talking to it. You remember there used to be like in a theater thing and they were looking at the movie.
Yeah.
But somebody has to do all that work. And I know it's not him. So I have to see if I want to do it or not.
You know what's fun on YouTube? People do these reaction videos. So
Oh yeah, yeah.
especially if there's a band that you really like a lot, that they're doing a reaction video to. Oh, some of these are really funny to watch.
I like some of them, yeah.
So I've seen some good ones for King's X, for Extreme. I saw some ones for Tool. Oh my goodness. So my good friend Ron, we were joking through text yesterday, said that we almost ended our last podcast on our terms versus Zoom ending it on their terms. And if you remember, we're telling a couple of nice Father's Day stories. I thought that was going to be a perfect way to wrap it up. And then we got on some sort of tangent that I think I was responsible for. And I did kind of like where it got cut off. But one of these times, where this is 54, I don't know. Maybe when we get to 100, we'll start ending on our terms.
Well, all we have to do is pay for it, and we can go longer. Terry does Zoom.
Or end on our terms.
Terry does Zooms with clients,
Yeah.
but she pays a monthly fee every month, and she can go as long as she wants to.
Go as long as you want. Yeah.
But you and I are cheap, so we don't do that. We just complain.
It's true. It's not so much that we're cheap, but we're economical with our time and resources.
And now the thing just popped up on my screen. You can't see it, but it says running out of time.
Yeah. So I was going to say economical with our time. Apparently not enough. But why don't we try this on this? So this is good. Have a good Independence Day. I'm so thankful for this country and the fact that my dad came and your dad came and dragged you along.
Yeah.
And probably everybody's watching or listening at some point, somewhere in their family, somebody came.
So
Pretty awesome.
one of my sisters had sent a picture of my father's parents with all the children and grandchildren and the thing. And there was 56 people in that photo.
Are you in it
Yeah, it's just
as a kid?
It's an amazing photo. Yeah. So anyway, I sent that to my sons. My son Eric says, "Dad, they were in the bedroom quite a bit, weren't they?" But he didn't say that. He used a real word.
Yeah, in the bedroom quite a bit.
Well, there was 56, all the kids and his children and the granddaughters, the grandsons and stuff. There was 56 people in that photo.
That's amazing.
Crazy, yeah.
That's amazing.
Nowadays you can count them. You can actually look at the thing and count and see if I'm saying the right thing.
Well, listen, let's wrap this. I want to save some good stuff for next time. Have a great Independence Day weekend. Happy July 4th. Keep it safe. Careful of fireworks and all that craziness.
So we've had fireworks here near my house. There's always fireworks when this stuff's going on.
Nice.
And some people spend a lot of money on that stuff. There's one thing like one road over, but like I can see it behind the trees. And the one day I actually drove this where it was is a business over there. And the guys I guess chip in and they buy a bunch of fireworks, and it's like if I showed you some of the videos, it's amazing. So it's like almost you're at a
Yeah, fireworks are cool. We were at a Worcester Red Sox game a couple weeks ago in fireworks. We're actually going again Tuesday night, July 4th. We're going to a 6 o'clock Worcester Red Sox game, and they'll wrap it up with fireworks. It's cool. It takes you out of your element.
I used to go to Fort Devens in Air Mass.
Yeah.
They put on a good show up there.
Mm.
Yeah, crazy.
I heard some last night in Worcester going off. At least I think it was fireworks. A little early.
I don't know.
All right, buddy.
All right, man.
Enjoy.
So today we're gonna end it on our terms, right?
That's right. It's about time.
And I might even have to go do another coffee.
I think I might too. Enjoy Baxter.
Oh yeah.
Have a good one. I'll talk to you soon.
You're the best, man.
Take care. Bye.